It is. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're live after 5 a.m. and it's Tuesday. I'm back from Florida. And we are going into Sprite Smash. What do we call it? Zvaders? Zamburgers? Zvaders? Zvaders. So we're working on Zvaders here. Let's go back and recap what the GUI is going to be like. Don't know if I'm going to keep the French fry here. That's copyrighted. So I'm going to try to change this to be something else. Hopefully we'll get some good ideas from some students. Can anybody work on this yesterday? Get me some good ideas of what we can shoot here. Basically, these two gentlemen up here, or ladies, aliens, whatever they are going to be bouncing around the screen. All right. So for my new students here, there has to be some logical thinking here. We cannot let these guys go off the screen. Okay, so it's important that we go ahead and discuss this here. All right, so I'm going to start my smart notebook so we can get smarter. Are you with me on that? Start my smart notebook so we can get smarter. And I need everybody to look up here for a second. So that we can figure this out. Once again, you got to slow down to speed up on programming. A lot of times you just got to sit and think. Okay, and the best way to sit and think is not looking at your computer. Have you guys realized that? Okay, I read a great book yesterday on the plane, and the guy says you need to take 10 to 30 minutes every day to sit and think creatively. And he said put all electronics away, you know, put everything away, get away from the TV, just sit and think creatively. And I'm like, well, you know, there's oh, wow. There's got to be a lot of truth to that. All right. So let's go analyze our frame for a second, okay? So that's a circle. I don't want a circle. Control Z. I want a canvas. Okay, so this guy here is my this is my canvas. Everybody with me on that? Okay, what do we call it? CNV playfield. Okay. So the canvas is sitting inside of the screen. The screen, we did realize, was 300 by 400. Are you with me? That means the canvas is somewhere less than 300 by 400. What is it? I don't really know. Are you guys with me on this? If you want to go and try to figure it out, go ahead. You know, I can move these guys' coordinates, and I can tell you right now that that guy right there, the target, the crosshair, is at 305, 210. You with me? So if I move it down to 220, okay, it's going further down. If I move it down to 250, okay, it's further down. If I move it down to 275, it's further down. Are you with me? So it's somewhere in between there. I mean, I don't know what it is. We really don't care, because if you get to a smaller phone, it could be a different size. You get to a larger phone or a larger tablet, it could be different size. Are you with me? You don't know who's downloading your game. So I want to talk about this in terms of the width of the screen. Are you guys with me? Thank you, sir. This is the canvas width. Okay, now let me go find a sprite in here. So let's see if we got any. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's my sprite. All right. So now if I go and take this sprite, do you guys see how it put a box around it? That's pretty nice. What part of the sprite do we register XY coordinates with? Top left. Very good. So this is going to register its top left. So if you would say, all right, let's randomly go somewhere in between 0, where's 0 at? Right there. And the canvas width, if you automatically hit the full canvas width, you're going to be right there. And what happened to my sprite? It's off the screen, right? If you go to 0, you're fine, because 0 is getting tucked in this top corner here. You're okay. You're not going to go off the screen to the left, because 0 is going to be the lowest you can go to. But if you go to the full width, boom, right? Or if you go anywhere over here, you could actually go too far. So how much of this can we go to, actually, right? Well, if you look at this little equation here, what do I have to subtract off here? Yeah, how big the star is, right? So, you know, I think you guys can get this once you start looking at this, just like you did right there. So what I have to do is we have to go, you know, you can only go from 0 to CNV width minus, and I need to put a parentheses in here, this is canvas width minus IMG Sprite width. Are you with me? Does that make sense? So you can only go, this is all the further as you can go, is right there. All right, same thing down here. When we're going from top to bottom, I can only go from 0, and down here I can only go to canvas, okay, CNV height minus IMG Sprite height. Okay, it's hard to write with a mouse. Are you guys with me on this? You have to subtract off the height and the width of the sprite. That's all the further you can go. All right, so we ready to write that equation? Here we go. Write some blocks. So I'm going to go to screen 1. Blow this up a little bit. All right, so screen 1, initialize. This is what starts the game. When they press on your icon, the game starts, and here we go. We're initializing the game. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn my sprites on, clock animate, set the timer enabled to true. Once you guys can just type out the word true, pops out. And then you go into your clock animate, and you start running this timer event. So now the timer event has started, and now we're ready to start moving my sprites around the screen. You guys with me on this? All right, so all I'm going to do is go to my 2 sprites. Yeah, I got a lot of sprites in there, don't I? Okay, so I want Zamburgers to start moving. Okay. And all you're going to do is set their X and Y. Duplicate that. That's its Y. I can duplicate this block. And up here, this is going to be Zamburger 1. This is Zamburger 2. Okay. No, this is Zamburger 1. Zamburger 1X, Zamburger 1Y, Zamburger 2X, Zamburger 2Y. I want to get them to move. Okay. So now I'm going to go to my math box, and I want them to move randomly from where? What's the lowest coordinate I can go to? 0. So this guy's going to go to 0. The next tab, this is our equation, right? Let's go back. What's our equation? I can go from 0 to where? Canvas width, okay? Minus image sprite width, okay? So once you know this, then the coding's easy. All you're going to do is put some subtraction in here. And you're going to go down to your playing field, CMV playing field width. Find its width. There it is. It's green. And minus the image sprite. This is Zamberger 1. So you go find Zamberger 1's width. There it is. I went by it. There it is, Zamberger 1 width. I'll zoom that out so you can see it. There it is. All right, and then I'm just going to copy and paste that. The next one is 0 to the height, and this is Zamberger 1. Yeah. Yes. Okay. 10 pickles? 10 pickles? Pickles. I didn't know we were going to have pickles in the game, too. That's very cool. Make sure this guy is Zamberger 2. We're going to start here. Okay. We always start out small. Are you guys with me on this? Don't try to hit the moon on your first shot. Let's just try to get something to leave the ground and go into the atmosphere. Are you with me? Okay. My daughter was doing those bottle rockets the other day, you know, in design and modeling class. You just got to get it to fly first, and then you can worry about hitting the moon. Are you with me on that? Okay, so let's start out small here. I love the idea. Yes, it can be done, but let's start out small here. You guys, what you guys are getting into are upgrade days, right? Are we doing upgrades right now? No. What stage are we on? Analyze the problem, plan a solution, design your GUI. We did that. We're writing code. This is not upgrade day. I still have to test and debug my code, and then I can go to my upgrade day. Always start out small. Are you guys with me on this? Okay, learn to crawl before you run, or walk, or run. Are you with me? And learn to crawl before you try to run a marathon. Are you with me? Okay. So let's see if this guy's even working. All right. Let's see if this works right. Let's see if I got my heights in here. Okay. Looks like everything's good. Y's go with the height. X's go with the width. I'm going to connect this and just see if my hamburgers are even moving around the screen. Zomburgers. Loading it up. No tab. Can you see? Yeah, my guys are flying. They're going to be pretty hard to hit. Who's chilling? What computer do you have? Ryan? What computer do you have? Look on the back of your computer. What? We need tablet 7. Can anyone find tablet 7? It looks like for some reason there's an extra tablet back there in the back. Is that correct? They're not. Can everyone look and find, look right now and find tablet 7? Because I hope no one walked out the door with it yesterday. All right, so I found out a need here that we need to go ahead and set the clock. We need to set the clock's interval. Do we find tablet 7? Anyone find tablet 7? There's tablet 7. It's been found. That's why we number them. Okay, so what are we going to set this? When we start the game, we need to set. We need to set the time interval. Okay. Do you remember we did time intervals? Like 50, 500 was half a second, twice a second. 250 was 4 times a second. So if I set it to 250 milliseconds, that means this is going to fire 4 times in a second. These sprites should move 4 times every second. That's still pretty quick. Okay, so let's go ahead and reset this and see what how it runs now. I'm assuming it's going to slow down because before it looked like it was running a lot faster than 4 times per second. Okay. Once again, you got to know your animals, and if you're dealing with a tiger, you got to study the tiger and know how they tick and how they operate. We're dealing with timers. Is it going slower? I'm still going pretty fast. I'm going to go back to my designer real quick. I'm going to look at my clock animate, see what it was set to. Wow, it was set to 20 intervals. Okay, so once again, I don't like, you can set it here. I don't like to do it. Where do I like to do it at? I like to do it right here in code. Okay, everything should be done in code. Because when you get to Java, is that 250? That's 500. All right, so I like that. Let's go to 500. Okay. So let's go ahead and reset the project. Sometimes you guys have to do a hard reset here to clear it out in memory. AI companion. All right, time it up. So once we get this done, we've basically conquered Sprite Smash. That's a good looking hamburger, by the way. His cheese is melted and going all over the place. That's pretty nice. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, that's looking pretty good. So 500 is a pretty good speed. Okay? I got Bixby talking to me. Okay. All right, so what's next? We want to, I want to try to get the, what? Do we want to get the character moving? With the tilting? I was going to try to do the, press down with your finger and get the, crosshair to go to your finger. Does that make sense? I was going to try to go there. You want to do that? Get the crosshair to go to your finger? Okay, so first of all, let's go back up here to, and by the way, you guys remember starting this screen initialize here? A good thing to do right here is to go ahead and do a procedure. I'm thinking about the end game here. So this is going to be start underscore reset underscore game. Okay, start reset game. And you can start taking all this stuff here. This is how you want to start the game. All right, and then I can go over here, procedures. That goes into there, and that does all that. All right, so now what I want to do is I want the crosshair visibility to be off. Okay, and I don't want it to be visible until what happens? So I'm going to hit false. This crosshair now is turned off. Are you with me? So when I press my finger on the screen saying, hey, this is where I want you to fire to, right? By the way, Sam did a great job. We're going to borrow some of his code. He's writing a program on his own where he took a slider, and when he did the slider, his object rotated, right? So that's exactly what we're going to need here, right? When we press on and when we tap on the screen, we want our crosshair to show up, and we want our shooter to start aiming towards that crosshair. Are you with me? Yeah, that's cool. Thanks. And that's what's cool about you guys making your own games is, man, you start figuring this stuff out. Now we start incorporating what we're trying to do here. That's a good-looking hamburger. Getting me hungry, man. I'm getting ready to have a lot of breakfast today. All right, so let's go down into here, right? What gets pressed on? The playing field, the canvas playing field. So you just go right down here, okay, when it's touched. Now, if you guys look in here, do you guys see the touch up and the touch down? So here's what I'm thinking. When we touch down, we want to display the crosshair. Are you with me? And get the angle that we want to go to. When we touch up, I think we want to fire, right? So you can touch it, see the crosshair, release it, and when you release it, it fires the laser to where you want one to go. Does that make sense? That's what I'm thinking. Anybody have any other ideas? So I think we could use this touch down, touch up. Okay, so I'm going to start grabbing these out here. Okay, touch down, touch up, and we can start filling these in. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to grab my crosshairs. And when this happens, I want the crosshair to become true. Okay, when I touch down, I want the crosshairs to become true. And where do I want them to show up at? Do you guys see this XY in here in the touchdown? That's registering where you touched. Okay, I'll show you something cool that I like to do here. So touchdown is, so I think I can just take this guy here and just go here to X and Y. There it is, X and Y. Duplicate this guy and get its X and Y. Okay. And I want its X and Y to be here. Get the X of where I touched on the canvas and the Y. It's going to register the Y of where I touched on the canvas. Okay. Now this is kind of cool. You don't have to do this, but I like this just to see it. Okay. Screen 1 has a title. Do you guys remember using that title? You guys can go over here and get a text join. And we can display what these X and Y's are. So let's go get a text. And right here I could say like, do you guys know what coordinate points are? Do you guys want to say like X colon? I can do that if I want. And then just go right here. You can get the X. And then let's add 2 more joins here. And then just duplicate this. And here you better put a comma and a space. And then let's put a Y in here. Okay. X colon X, and I'm just going to display it. If we wanted to make this look like coordinate points, could we do that? Like your math. Have you guys ever seen that in math? If you wanted to, you could do this, like parentheses, space, colon, and down here you could have went, actually down here you could have went comma, space, y, and then down here you could have went, you know, space, parentheses. So you could have put them in parentheses, and now you have x, y coordinate points in your title, and it's going to display and it's going to show up. Let's see if that works. All right, so let's just see one step at a time. Hard reset. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, so I have my crosshairs showing up. Anybody get the crosshairs to show up? Now I guess the question is do we want the crosshair to stay there or do we want it to disappear? Yeah. What's that? Yeah, we can do whatever you want. So you just want to drag the crosshair around the screen? Okay. Yeah, we can do a drag event. Does the canvas have a drag event? Let's go look to see if the canvas has a drag event. Yeah, we've already done a drag before. Okay, there's your drag. Okay, and what do you want to happen? Okay, so you want this crosshair to, you want the crosshair X and Y to move with the drag event. So I'm going to go up here and get my crosshair X and Y. Are you with me? It doesn't like these X and Y's because those X and Y's belong to the tap. And then all you're going to do is say, okay, go get my current X and go get my current Y. And now you should have a drag event where that crosshair gets dragged to, I got to reset it. Hard reset, reset, AI companion, MIT, and now I have a drag event. And if I tap it, it shows up where I want. And by the way, does everybody see the X and Y coordinates in the top left of your screen? Could I take this right here and put this in my drag event so it also shows the coordinates when you drag? The answer to that is yes, I can. Okay. Okay, but it doesn't like these X's. Why does it not like those X's? Because those are local variables to the, this X and Y up here is not the same as this X and Y down here. So you would have to go to current X down here and current Y. And now when you tap and drag, you should find coordinates. Okay. So I can tap on my screen, I can drag and get coordinates. Okay. Time we get out of here. 8:07. We're doing pretty good. We've got some things accomplished, and we still have 8 minutes left. Do you guys see how we start off slow and we just keep building up, right? What's that? You just get ideas like, who just gave me that idea? Ryan? He just said, hey, can we drag it? Sure. Yeah. You get one little idea, you work on that idea, you get that idea to work, and then you add on to it. That's why we're putting in another piece of the puzzle. Who's getting this? All right, so I guess the next thing I want to do is try to get our player to rotate and I want the player to face where we tapped. Is that what you did? There's no way I can do a slider and tapping my finger on the screen. Are you with me? I don't have enough thumbs and fingers. I'd have to be like an octopus to get all that done. Yeah, the code's going to be similar. Okay. So the next question is how do we get... Let's go. When we do this touchdown right here, right? When we touch down with our crosshair, how do we get our guy to face the direction? Where? Which one? So image sprite, is this our Mario guy? This is not, okay, let's change Mario because I'm not understanding Mario. What is the name of this guy? Fry Guy? Isn't that guy on the morning show? Fry Guy? Does anyone listen to like country music in the morning? Isn't it Nancy and Fry Guy? So, image sprite Fry Guy. I don't know. We're going with this guy, image sprite Fry Guy. All right. So when I touch down, let's get rid of our drag for a second. Let's move drag over here. I don't want to focus in on drag, and we haven't done up yet. Up can maybe be tomorrow. We can work on firing the laser tomorrow. You guys with me? So, so let's go to image sprite Fry Guy. Where did you say? What did you see in here? Point towards. Point in direction. Here's point in the direction of X and Y. Why do I want this one? Because what do we have up in here? X and Y. Are you guys with me? So I think bingo. I think we found it right there. Nice job. So I don't want Zamburger. I want Fry Guy. I want Fry Guy to point in the direction of this X and Y. So I'm going to go get this X. And I'm going to go get this Y. This will be too easy if this works. Okay. Connect. Reset. By the way, I've never done this before. Hello? Are you guys with me right here? This block of code. Are you guys with me here? Can everybody look up here? I have never used this block of code before. I've taught this class for 2 years. I've never used this block of code. Do I know this is going to work right now? No. I don't know it's going to work. What do I have to do? Test and debug, right? Okay. So let's go and hit reset, hard reset, reset. And why do I tell you guys that? Why do I tell you guys, hey, I've never used this block of code before? Because I want you guys to realize you guys have great ideas. All we got to do is just try to figure it out. Are you with me? You know, just go for it. See if it works. My God, what's the worst thing that could happen? It not work? You got to just try things. You got to look, get ideas in your brain. That's why I like app innovators and makers, right? Okay, I'm pointing in a different direction. Okay, mine is definitely working. So we got to do a mathematical equation there. Are you with me? That's going to take some math. Maybe we need to add 90 degrees to it, right? I got to figure out, you know, how we're doing that. We need to study that. So now probably the best thing to do would be go into Designer, right? Go into, where was that at? Let's go into Image Sprite. So go into Drawing and Animation. Go to your question mark Image Sprite, and let's read about pointing in direction. Okay, why do I need to do this? Because here it is right here. Point in direction number X, number Y, turns the sprite to point towards the point with coordinates as X, Y. Yes. Who? Max? Yes. Manox. So, not a whole lot of information here on X and Y coordinates. To me, it seems like I'm like 90 degrees off. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm like 90 degrees off here. Now, let me just throw this in your brain here before we start, okay? I learned this the hard way. When you deal with an image sprite, it's starting out facing 0. Are you guys with me? Okay? We might have to make our image sprite like turn and face 0. Are you with me? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? I'll explain this more tomorrow. Just think about this being Pac-Man. If this was Pac-Man, Pac-Man's mouth needs to face east. And right now, if you guys look at our, real quick before you leave, if you guys look, where to go? If you guys look here, my French fry is facing up. So if we would possibly start my French fry facing 0, this would probably work. Are you with me there? Okay. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Keep calm, man. Code on.